Boys in the Band is a movie about 8 gay men throwing a birthday party for a friend. An unexpected guest shows up and chaos ensues.
Ask him if he's got any hot cross buns.
It's a historical piece for us in the gay community.
It became a very big hit in New York off Broadway and kind of changed the conversation because people saw gay people for the first time, written by a gay person. And it was revolutionary and still remains revolutionary in many regards. We did the Broadway revival in 2018, all-out cast directed by Joe Mantello and produced by Ryan Murphy.
To work with an all-gay group the way we had, which is it wasn't just the cast, it was the director, the producer, the playwright. I mean, we were lousy with gay men on this project. Honestly, it was a much more powerful experience for me than I kind of thought it would be. I thought it was neat. I thought it was noteworthy, but I didn't realize how much I would actually feel the impact on a day-to-day being with this group of men.
It's pretty amazing that 50 years ago, now 52 years ago, when this play was first run in New York, the actors who signed up for the job risked almost everything about their careers. They were discouraged from taking part in this. Not all of them ended up working much at all after, probably because of it. Here we are 50 years later. We're not only gay men, proud out gay men telling this story about gay people, but we are making a moment or commemorating the fact of how much has changed in those 50 years.
It's a real window into what life was like and is still like for many people in the country that live in communities or states where we don't have the same rights, or if someone it's just it was a really difficult time, and we're fortunate now to not have, for the most part, to live our lives like that, and we can live more authentically. But it's a real window into what life is like when the societal mores are different. I couldn't care less what people do as long as they don't do it in public.
History is doomed to repeat itself unless it is studied. Too many people fought too hard to get us to where we are that we're not going to stand for that.
Martin wrote this because there was a need for real change. And sure enough, Stonewall happened a few months later. And I think it's one of the things that makes this piece really resonate today, because you don't have to look far to see what the cost of oppression is, and the fact that it's still alive and out there, and that it needs to change.
I think that to that end, we all see this film as a kind of call to arms to continue moving in the right direction toward progress, toward inclusion, toward integration, toward acceptance, and toward connection, recognizing the things that we have in common before we recognize the things that separate us,
And so these guys, they sort of take it out on each other because they're inside of a pressure cooker, and they, it's going to come out sideways because they're told that they're not allowed to be who they authentically are. And after a while, that pot boils over.
I love you.
Hank, why did you do that?
Because I do love him, and I don't care who knows it.
If we could just not hate ourselves so much.
These men, the roller coaster they go on together that night as a group, and the sense at the end that they're going to stay on the same ride together, as rocky as it's been, is very moving, and I think affirming to the desire of human beings to connect and love one another.